Welcome to the MLB The Show 19 stream. Yes, this is MLB The Show 19, not 20. Have not gotten the new game yet, but still rocking and rolling with my Philadelphia Phillies. I am Scooty D here on the mic, ready to bring you my 2020 off-season. It does say 19, but it's because obviously this is MLB The Show 19. I did have the updated rosters loaded into this before I started the season. So, long story short, I did have a show recorded for this season, but it ended up getting corrupted. What we have now is we are in the off-season, just about to start the off-season after the playoffs. As you can see on your screen, the Cubs have won the World Series. They took down the Yankees in 6 games in the 2020 World Series. Look where the Miami Marlins did, losing in the NLCS. They got a wild card berth and almost went all the way to the World Series. It was unbelievable from Miami. That's now 3 times they've made the playoffs in their history, and all 3 were as wild cards. I really thought they were going to run the table, but the Cubs took them down. And taking a look over the AL, the Yankees took down the Astros this time. No cheating for Houston. No victory in a 7-game series against the Yanks before they do lose to the Chicago Cubs in the World Series in 6. As for your Phillies, 81-81, 17 games back. Very similar to what they did in real life in 2019. Offensively, or on the pitching staff, rather. Zach Wheeler, 3.15 ERA, over 200 strikeouts. He was pretty solid. Aaron Nola, same thing, 2.58 ERA, pretty solid. In fact, all my pitchers were really actually pretty good, at least the guys who are in my rotation. Look at Vince Velasquez, finally living up to that potential. Although only 10 wins, didn't get the run support I would have liked. Zach Eflin was also really solid, 12-8, 2.36, and Jake Arrieta, 9-14, 4.57. I traded a couple of guys at the deadline. I got rid of Nick Pivetta. He had like a 12 ERA, and he stinks. I'm so sick of Nick Pivetta. And so I traded his behind to, I don't even remember who I traded him to, but I traded him, I think, to like the Rays or something for some prospects. I got Frember Valdez back from the Astros in a trade I made. Basically, I didn't make that many big deals. I still have all the guys that you'd expect on the Phillies all here. I did trade Odubel Herrera, like I said. Bryce Harper got off to a bit of a slow start. Finished 270, 32 homers, 81 RBIs, an 894 OPS. Adam Hazley in center field, 257, but 18 home runs. Pretty good. I'd like to see that walk-strikeout ratio improve, but a 766 OPS ain't too shabby. Roman Quinn hit 209 in 84 games. Typical Roman Quinn. Andrew McCutchen, not good enough, man. You got to raise that average. The on-base percentage is not bad because he walked a lot. I think he led the league in walks, or led the majors in walks from what I remember. 20 home runs is pretty good as well. Just got to get that average up. He's 32 now, and I'm not so sure he's going to be able to do it. Didi Gregorius, the same thing. The average is terrible. 240, 23 homers, 82 RBIs. I like the power and the run production, but that average has got to come up, buddy. Not that he's ever hit for average in his career, really. Gene Segura was terrible. He was hitting 350 in April with like 3 home runs, and then you see what he did the rest of the way. He finished with 5 home runs, 263. And yes, he did play in 158 games, so I started him all year. Not good. Not good, not good. I'm probably going to try to unload him this offseason. Kingery was all right. 265, 1869. Very similar to what he did in real life in 2019, so stick with him probably. Rhys Hoskins, pretty similar to what he did in 2019 as well. His walks were much lower than he was in real life, but that's because in real life all he does is walk. Home runs disappointing, average disappointing, even though that's really what he did in 2018 too. I'd just like to see more from Rhys Hoskins. If not, I'll move on and find a real first baseman. And this guy was probably my biggest disappointment, JT Realmuto. 265, only 11 home runs, bud, 852 RBI. He played in 146 games. That's got to be better from you in 2020 if I'm going to sign you to a long-term extension. Bullpen wasn't that bad. I did not play David Robertson at all because in real life he's going to miss the entire year. So he'll be back next year, and that'll be good to see. But we're heading into the offseason. Like I said, Cubs won the division won the World Series over the Yankees. I missed the playoffs at 81-81. Take a look at retirements as we move towards the 2020 offseason. Oh, my boy Eric Kratz. Former Philly, former Iron Pig Eric Kratz retires at 39 years old. And he had all of 30 home runs. So he's older than the amount of home runs he had in the majors. Timmy Teebs. Well, he's Retired from one sport, now he retires from the other. He's 33 years old. Wow. But he's done. Rich Hill, Albert Pujols. He'll be the only Hall of Famer from this class. No one else really of much valor there, as Pujols, as you see, is a Hall of Famer. I would think he'd go in as a Cardinal, but what do I know? My staff... Yeah. That's Gabe Kapler. Chris Young. Like, all these guys are relevant. How's Chris Young an A? He was terrible, and they got rid of him because he was terrible. Yeah, I don't agree with that at all. John Malley is also gone. He was fired last year in, August, replaced with Charlie Manuel, as I'm sure Phillies fans remember. So we're going to make a few moves here. Gabe, you're gone, dude. These guys can stay, I guess, because they're pretty good. I don't like John Malley, so I'm getting rid of him. But Chris Young, I mean, with numbers like that and the production the pitching staff had during my sim, I don't think I can justify firing him. So, hitting coach, Ken Giles. Who do I want here? I want somebody who's not going to cost me any points, unless it's bunting. But he's only good at drag bunting. What's the point? Power and batting clutch. Somebody who can raise my contact. The batting averages were down dramatically. Bruce Bochy? Bring him in to be the hitting coach? I don't think he'll take the demotion. He retire in real life. I just want contact. Jay Garner. He'll be cheaper too. Yeah, I'll take him. I don't care about the bunting, especially drag bunting. Yeah, do that once a year, if that. All right, so we'll offer him a 4-year contract. He doesn't want the money's just so bad. All right, I'll give you $1 million, 1.2 for 4 years. And then managers, obviously, because I just fired my boy Gabe Kapler. Disappointing year at 81 and 81. AJ Hinch, I'm not going to hire you because you're a jerk off who cheated. Although maybe I could use the cheating. Anyone else out here? Brad Ausmus is terrible. Yeah, you know what? Gotta get Bruce Bochy. You know, he's just sad Bruce Bochy as a hitting coach. Where is he? Skip Shoemaker, former Cardinal. I want Bruce Bochy. Why wouldn't he be available to be a manager? That makes a lot of sense. Don Mattingly kills my power. Bruce, where are you? Alright, screw it. We'll go with AJ Hinch. Might as well hire a guy who knows how to cheat and not get caught for a few years, so we'll give him a 4-year offer. Probably won't even get him. Need more money. Can't believe I'm giving Bruce or AJ Hinch $7 million a year. All right, so we'll look at our exclusive free agents. It's only Spencer Howard. He shouldn't even be here. It's just the offer him. Wow. I guess I can lock him up for a while. I'll give him a 4-year deal. I don't want to be too ridiculous and unrealistic, so that just covers the... It should have been a 6-year deal, I guess, if he's going to go to free agency, but it is what it is. Because I bet he already signed it. Yeah. Alright, so we got Jay Garner, who I believe is fictitious, and AJ Hinch goes back to the Astros. Well, great. I really want to know what's happening with Bruce Bochy. It's so weird. Why he wouldn't be available. Freddie Gonzalez. I'm good, bro. I don't really want Freddie Gonzalez. Where are you, Bruce Bochy? I hope you're an option for a manager. There he is. All right. He also hurts my power, but he's also a lot cheaper. So we give him $3 million a year for 3 years. Bruce Bochy. 4 pennants, 3 World Series titles. I don't think I can argue too much with that. Alright, so we'll go to free agency. Bruce Bochy is my new manager here in Philadelphia. So this is a bit tedious getting to free agency because I got to offer salary arbitration and contracts. I'll probably skip over once we get through the contracts. But first, select 40-man. Doesn't look like there's any players I'm going to lose, so I'll leave it as it is. Arbitration-wise, obviously, JT, you're coming back. How much is he looking for? because he's going to be a free agent after this year, and he wants like $16 million a year. So we're just going to sign him for the 1 year before he goes to arbitration. 1 year, about $7 million. It doesn't even matter what I offer him, so I'm going to lock him up. Hector Neris is also coming back. I mean, how could you not? He had a really good year. 46 saves, as you can see at the top. He'll get $3.5 million, and I'll give him a little bit more to get him to sign for 2 years. Zach Eflin, you're also coming back. You're arbitration eligible, which I was hoping he'd have 1 more year, but I guess he's been in the league a few years now. I'm going to lock him up for all 3 years. 3 years, $11 million, until he hits free agency when he's, what, 28? 28, 29. Andrew Knapp, see ya, dude. I can't deal with you anymore. Adam Morgan, weren't you pretty good? No, you were terrible. Look at him. He had 11 wins, 8 losses, and a 537 ERA. They used him so much in the sim. Jose Alvarez was pretty good. So we're going to bring him back. Not for that. What the heck just happened? Oh, because it was 15 years. All right, so 2.2, 2.4 for 1 year. And Matt Scherzer, guy, you're gone. All right, so tendering contracts is tedious because you have to offer every single player here a contract, which is a pain in the ass. So what I'm actually going to do is just do this off camera, and I'll cut this out of the video. Alright, so that was the most tedious 10 minutes of my life, but I did just offer about 7,000 contracts to minor leaguers that are currently in my organization, just to bring them back. As you can see, I'm at 94 people on the roster, or in the organization right now, bottom right. You can see that. It's too many. You need only 90. So I need to get rid of some guys. Now, I am getting rid of a few guys who I'm just not bringing back because they're trash. I just gotta find them. Like JD Hammer, I think I'm bringing him back. Just why not? But Mikey Matuk, I know I'm not bringing back. Sorry, buddy. I don't have any need for you. Andrew Knapp, like I said earlier. Later Gator. Nick Martini. Love the name. But cannot keep ya. And Christian Betancourt, you're old. I'm not keeping you either. And I just want to get 1 or 2 more. Guy, I'm not keeping. Mickey Moniak. Parkinson's? Like a J. Fox? I just want to get rid of 1 more guy. I don't know how many guys I'm going to be signing anyway. Fuck. Forget it. Alright, so what do I need? Starting pitching. Like I said, they had a pretty good year last year. One could argue the Phillies do need another top-of-the-rotation guy, but unless there's one out there, I don't have a ton of money. I can maybe sign 1 guy to a big contract, maybe 2 guys to medium-sized contract. But unless there's some guy out there that I don't anticipate, I probably won't sign him. But there's probably going to be no one out there because just the way the contracts work with regards to this. But we'll see. Relief pitchers, closers. I mean, you can always use more relief. I probably need another reliever. Call him up. Then I need a backup catcher. Now that I've gotten rid of Andrew Knapp. Though, like, you know what? I'm just going to call up Davey Grion. Probably to do the duties. You don't play that much as a backup catcher, so what do I care? And then I want to get rid of Gene Segura. Because I got Alec Baum too. His rating's low, but it's because he hasn't gotten a chance to play, I think. So we'll see what he can do if I give him one. And then, I don't know, the outfield's kind of a mess with Hazley and the Fossil at left field and Andrew McCutchen. So let's take a look. Wow. On this one, Chris Sale never signed his contract extension with Boston, I guess. So, what a year he had. Holy cow, it might be the best pitching year I've seen, like, ever. In 50 years. Relievers, few and far between. In fact, after Chris Sale, look at the free agents. Like, oh my god. After Paul Goldschmidt and Chris Sale, free agents are terrible. Goldie's actually pretty tempting because Rhys Hoskins stinks on ice. He's gotten 4 years, $20 million a year from the Cardinals. There's no third baseman. If I wanted to go that route. instead, what I will do... I can't sign Chris Sale. I hate that guy. So I'm going to give Goldie a contract, $22 million a year. Now, you know what? Let's give him more, because he's old. Let's give him like $25 million a year for 3 years. You gotta take that? I think you would. Haha! Alright, Phillies signed Paul Goldschmidt, 3 years, $75 million. I love the deal. This free agency is janky because of the way the updated rosters work, so there's only 2 good guys. Usually there's a lot more than that. The Red Sox look like they're going to re-sign Sale. But I will take Paul Goldschmidt, which means Rhys Hoskins is most definitely expendable, as well as Gene Segura. So let's sit a little bit ahead here, and I'll come back and let you know what type of moves I'm making. First, we do have a big move. Tim Anderson acquired by the Pirates from the White Sox for Brian Hayes and O'Neal Cruz, a couple of young guys, prospects. But Tim Anderson, obviously, great player. He had a great year last year. Interesting what the Pirates are going for it. The Yankees have acquired Jose Abreu for Masahiro Tanaka and Wade Davis. So the White Sox, who were in the playoffs last year, lost to the Astros, I believe, end up making big moves there, which is incredible considering, I mean, the Yankees were in the playoffs too, so you're talking about 2 teams trading for established guys, which is not something you see all that often. I definitely need to get rid of somebody because I'm right up against the cap. Let's take a look and see what we can do here. So I want to trade Rhys Hoskins. Can't trade him. Well, Hoskins isn't making anything. Alright, so let's see what I can get for these 2. Yes, this trade makes the most sense for me. They just traded for Jose Abreu, so why do they want Rhys Hoskins? I like to try to keep it at least semi-realistic. These guys are all trash. I really want Maikel Franco back. Alright, well, what if we do this? We'll trade Rhys Hoskins to the Angels. Because they definitely need a first baseman. Love to get Joe Adele, but let's be honest, they're not going to make that. Brandon Marsh is listed as a top prospect. Alright, so I'll do it for Brandon Marsh, Javier Lorenz, who's a young reliever, and I don't want any of these guys. Alright, I'll take a pitcher. Mark Aoki. He's a lefty. 6'2", 215. Mark Aoki. Alright. So Rhys Hoskins has been dealt. I guess I'm sticking with Segura. I can't find a good move to make. Not going to make any moves here. Bryce Harper should not be a upcoming free agent, but I guess I'm going to have to give him ridiculous money. 12 years, buddy. Welcome back. That's, again, a problem with the contracts. All right. So looking at my team heading into spring training, which is where we'll stop the video, Zach Wheeler, Aaron Nola, Zach Eflin, Jake Arrieta, Vince Velasquez. That's going to be my 5-man rotation. Got a couple of depth guys, De Los Santos, Irvin, the newly acquired Aoki, Adonis Medina, who still stinks, Mauricio Oliveira. My bullpen is iffy at best, but I do have Robertson coming back. Alvarez, Arano, Bud Norris, Framber Valdez, Suarez, Abreu, Hammer, Davis are all in the conversation for a spot. Neris is going to be the closer. JT Realmuto is my starting catcher. Again, Xavier Guerrero, the backup. Paul Goldschmidt, who I signed 3 years, $75 million, is my starting first baseman. Kingery at second, Segura at third, and Alec Baum in the wings. DD's back at shortstop. Andrew McCutchen in left field. Nick Williams, Adam Hazley and Roman Quinn, and Bryce Harper. Really, the only improvements I made, the only improvement, I should say, is signing Goldschmidt. I didn't make any other changes to an 81-win team. Last year, Goldie, his average was down. I feel like everyone's average was down. He's a 4-WAR player. I think Hosmer's probably like 1.5, so I'm going to win 84 games if that's true. But we could see changes from other guys as well. When we have another episode here on the stream, we're going to be starting the 2021 season, boys. See if the Phillies can bounce back, finally get to the playoffs for the first time in what will be 10 years. All right, thanks for tuning in. Good night and good luck. Talk to you later.